Brian, you give up 65 in the first and 36 in the second. It's a game of two halves, I guess. What did you like and not like out of that?
Well, obviously the game plan defensively, and I'm constantly, and I know it's annoying everybody, but I'm constantly talking about the schedule. And the schedule for us is we didn't talk about Melbourne for 1 second until this morning at 10 o'clock, and the coaches met on them at 9 o'clock. So I would say that what happened in the first half falls on myself for what we were trying to do defensively on their on-balls and Goulding. The second aspect to it was a huge factor for us was Bull was the matchup for Goulding, and not until the ball was going to go up was it he's got a problem. So the matchup on him off the cuff didn't work. So a lot of problems there, and I'm not putting it solely on our group. And it seems when we go into a bad place, it gets real dark. And at halftime, the staff, myself, learned a little bit and made some adjustments on how we defended the on-ball. We put Bruce onto Goulding as opposed to Lee Arthur and Tui, and I thought that helped a lot. So I thought as bad as I'm talking about our situation, I thought from the staffs we made good adjustments at halftime, and I thought we're talking in the locker room kind of D-Day for us, really. There's been a lot said about us and being this, and we're not living up to expectations, and we're sitting here on a second game of a road trip, got one, no time off, we're playing in the afternoon against a great team, and you're getting your pants pulled down. Where do you go? And I love the way we edged out and fought in Cairns. They had their full team there for the first time, and they've been playing everybody tough. And we come into this, and you're 20 down in the third quarter, no quit. And I liked what I got from Tui. That's been a roller coaster ride for a bit, and he's been through it before. And I've coached him hard as well. Took him out of the starting lineup, brought him in tonight. I did that for a reason, and I brought him back tonight. And I thought I really loved what he was about. And I keep saying Cam Oliver and J.A. are starting to come, and then Kelly, Tyler. Those people I keep talking about that are going to have to play good minutes for us. I thought they kept us in the game in the second quarter, and then I thought they were good throughout. So there's a lot to be excited about, even though we got smacked in the face. I walk away from the game, I'm proud of my team, and I thought it was D-Day just from where do we go here? Are we going to buckle? Are we going to we're not winning this and just walk away? And a lot of teams on these second games have gotten beat by 40, gotten beat by 25. I thought that was an easy place for us to go, and we didn't.
What was the issue with Bull?
Soreness in his knee and stiffness, and Goulding went whack, whack, and he kind of looked over and goes, I can't move. So it wasn't an incident. It just soreness.
Expect him to be okay next game?
I have no idea. I mean, it was just brought to my attention that it was that, and that he wouldn't be playing the rest of the game.
Brian, a critical point of that game was the 8-second violation. Can you tell us what the thinking was from your perspective? It seemed like you and Jalen were having a chat while he was taking the ball off the court.
Yeah, really bad on my part again. We got, and I thought, from where we came, and it's been this kind of year. And I went into the locker room, I said to the guys, man, they're talking, it falls on me, man. And all of us, I think, and I'm enjoying this, even though everybody else isn't around it. I'm enjoying us together, bearing our souls in there and telling the truth. And I've been hard on them. And on me, we got possession of the ball, and we just are still playing groups that, Bull's out. We got a small line up in the court, and he gets the stop, and Jay scored down the other end. I'm looking in his eyes, and he's ready to win it. And he's walking over to me, what do you want, coach? and I start, I want C5, I want the middle, and I want the court spread. And I didn't feel like I talked that long, and I look, and as he's coming up, the referee at half court's going, violation. So, again, I've coached a long time. I've never had that happen, and especially in that situation, but it's been that kind of year, and it's on me.
Irrespective of that, is this a turning point in your season? I mean, this weekend?
I felt really good about the FIBA break, and I said that. I thought we trained our asses off, and everybody had, are you doing team building? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? We've been on the road, and let's bare our knuckles here and let's grind. And we went hard for 2 weeks, and I like this weekend. We'd have been dancing in the showers. We'd have been going nuts if we win that game tonight. And we haven't had any of that for the whole year. We haven't had a moment where everyone's in there huddling and kissing each other. We have not had one of those moments. You get that one tonight, we're there. And another disappointment. But we did get cans and cans, which keeps us alive. The other, after we play next week, we'll have played, what are we now? We're 7-7, so we'll have played 15 games, and 11 of those 15, we'll have played 16 games after the New Zealand game, 12 of those 16 on the road. So I'm looking at this team, and they're sitting here and every time a team comes in that's part of this game. And you look at these teams, it's a fine line, 3 points, 5 points, 4 points. So I don't know if it's going to come our way or not, but the edge, something good preparation-wise is ahead of us. And I'm looking at it, we've won a lot of games on the road. No one's slapped us yet. We've battled everyone. It's been a 5-point loss, 3-point loss. So I'm still very excited, and we just got to get through these 2 New Zealand games on the road, and then the ball's in our court, a nice long homestand, and I think I've got a special group.
Is the NBL in a rock and a hard place given the stadium availabilities, and that's probably what creates certain teams having long home runs? Is there anything they can do to change that?
I promise you this, I'm going to be doing it. I'm never walking into this again. I've seen basketball. It won't happen again. I don't care what the stadium is, whatever I can do. But even the home games, you get into the schedule, but you've had 4 of them. You play in Perth and come back here. What happened? Wollongong, they win by 50, and then they have a day, and they go and play Phoenix, and they lose. They went to Perth and came back and beat Cairns by 1,050, and then they play Cairns the next time here straight up, and they lose. We've done nothing but that. And I'm with my group. I'm not this, and they'll probably hear this. It's a hardening factor, but a big aspect to it is as well. Not only it's preparation. This guy knows what he's doing. These guys are experienced, and they've been doing what for 2 weeks? They've been running our stuff, guarding our stuff. What have we been doing? We've been trying to get on the same page. We got to beat Cairns. So there's a lot of aspects to this, and you can be out of this. We won 6 games on the road. We beat Tassie on the road. We beat Adelaide on the road. We beat Perth on the road. Others as well. So we're still alive, and we've got a chance.
Is the 2 and 3 a tough one? Do you think it'd be better if it was maybe 2 and 4, 2 games in 4 rather than the 2 and 3? Because you played the Friday.
If it was 4:30 instead of 2:30, it'd make a huge difference.
So it's just little things.
I mean, it's not my place, but I mean, if you go back and look at the history of the NBL and look at ours and look at, I know it's, and then there's going to be 1,000 things about New Zealand. I've flown to America and China and come back and had 4 and played games. I'm saying this is different. This is different, and it's Perth wins in Perth, goes to Brisbane, loses to Brisbane. On the day, they get 1 day off, go to Brisbane and lose. Brisbane comes back, they beat them by 30. We've been in that box until this point. We've got a brand new staff. We've got new young players that have never played in this game, and they've been doing nothing but getting punched in the face. And my point on all of this is tonight was D-Day. How are we going to perform tonight? No excuses. We're playing the best, and we're on their court. The place is packed. All those guys want to kick our ass. Where are we going to go? And our pants were down at halftime. And again, full credit to them. They're a great basketball team, well coached. But I loved where we went, and I'm excited about this backstretch.
You touched on Alex Tui, obviously had a great second half, but Cam Oliver was outstanding, 6 steals amongst his scoring and rebounding.
Cam's been there's been a lot of on how he's been handled, and I think the relationship has been, as opposed to what it's been strong, and he's wanted to be coached this way. And he was upset during the game. He doesn't want to come off the floor, but I love the direction he's going. And if he doesn't, we have no chance. And he's moving forward. The reason why I mentioned Tui tonight is it's been a long struggle for a period of time, and I put him on the bench and he played him 6 minutes last night. And then we talked about, now I'm going to open the doors for him. And I thought he shined tonight.
Gorge, you mentioned a couple of times now going into, I guess, a really dark place in sort of the middle of the game. How do yourself and the coaching staff and the players bring the best out of yourselves essentially in the second half and drag yourself out of the dark?
Well, there's nowhere to go. Mm-hmm. And I thought adjustments is I mean, that's it's and then what you're saying is it, and I'm working it's my first time with this group,
yeah,
and I don't exactly know where they're going to go. Mm-hmm. All I could do at that point in time was know that the game plan was off. And as I said to you, no preparation time, make adjustments at halftime. So I did not know the answer to your question until we went out in the second half. The only thing I thought about at halftime is what we're doing isn't right, and that's on us. And so I thought, I'm happy with both sides. I thought we made the right calls, and I thought those guys didn't quit.
Can you talk through the last play and how you viewed your execution late?
Really, no timeout. Ball coming up with the ball in Xavier's hand, and we end up with a wild 3 with 4 seconds left. No, it wasn't a good possession. In my 14-second call in the backcourt wasn't so the last 2 possessions were critical. The last shot, it's a missed free throw because we had a timeout,
yeah,
and a play called from the side where we could discuss. Now they're playing flow. And, I thought it would have been a good thing if someone had set a screen for Xavier and he tried to get on the rim or find somebody. We threw it, and then he took a really tough shot. But in turn, the last 2 games, we've moved Bruce into the playing group heavily, where he's been a deep bench player, and he's been really good for us.
I was talking to some of the old South East Melbourne Magic boys during the week, and you mentioned how you feel this Sydney Kings group has been working their arse off throughout the past 2 weeks in this fever break. Sammy Mack said, he remembers his first session at the Magic and just throwing up and fainting at the end of that session. And he said he doesn't know if there's still a bit of that Brian Goorjian still in you, is there? There's
definitely that in me, but it's been about hard coaching. And what I'm saying is, making point when there's a mistake.
Yeah.
A lot of things that make them work hard in possessions, defensively and offensively, and hard coaching. And what I'm excited about is I've got a young group, a lot of young guys that really like it. And I really like X and Bruce by my side during this, and they were both here during the FIBA window. And you need that support to go to where I've gone over the last 2 weeks.
Parky said, straight out of that 1992 season, you said that the Magic were going to be NBL champions, and you mentioned before the high expectations set on this Sydney Kings group. Do you feel it's a similarity to that 92 season with the Magic?
Not at all. I honestly feel like the call on the Kings, I almost feel like a setup. Mm-hmm. Walking into this and looking at the teams around this and saying, we're outright favorite. I love my team, but I look at it, and I'm the national coach, and I look over at that bench and go, that guy, that guy, that guy, that guy. World Cup, Olympics, World Cup, Olympics. I think this team, again, my job, get the best out of my team and try to win it. But the schedule, the pick of outright favorite champions.
That shocked you coming in this season?
100%. I'm excited about my team, but I'm looking at this, and you guys look at it now and look at the rosters, look at the start. I like my group. I love my group, but to pick us as outright favors is absurd. It's going to be an absolute fight for us to make the 6, and but I do think, and I keep saying to them, I haven't seen anybody that we can't beat.
What about someone like Alex Tui tonight? I mean, he was phenomenal in that second half.
I've spoken about Alex and walk away from tonight really excited about him this weekend. He took a punch in the game. He only played 6 minutes, and I took him out of the starting lineup and then brought him in tonight, and we discussed it before. Second game, we got some fatigue. We're gonna throw the ball into his pocket, and I thought he was really good tonight. Excited about him.
Good.
Thank you, man.
Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much. Thank you.